guys, welcome back to the channel. We are in today looking at Dollywood's 2025 season. So we wanted to see what all is gonna be announced for the park this year, what different festivals and events that they're planning, and maybe see if there's anything new going on. So far we've looked and it looks like we have the same typical seasonal festival events going on, maybe with some little additions here and there on the festivals themselves as far as new things coming to each season. So kicking it all off, we have the I Will Always Love You Music Festival. So this is Dollywood's first opening weekend beginning on March 14th. That's going to be their first opening day. And this is when they really celebrate, like it's definitely a music festival. They celebrate the musical side of Dollywood, focusing in on her song I Will Always Love You. But they have a lot of shows, a lot of guest performers coming in here, and opening weekend is usually your best bet if you're trying to catch Dolly Parton at the park. She a lot of times will make some surprise appearances throughout the park during opening weekend, particularly opening day. I know last year she was not at the show we watched, but at one of the performances of the new show From the Heart, The Life and Music of Dolly Parton. She did show up in one of those performances on opening day, so that would have been pretty cool to see. It looks like they've got some new shows coming this year. It says sing along to Dolly's biggest hits at one of 3 new shows debuting at this festival. So I'm not sure if we have details on the titles yet of those shows, but that will be coming soon. And it does look like they're bringing back the festival tour, which was something that we did last year, and that was pretty interesting to get to see more of like a close-up view and have a tour guide show you throughout the park and kind of give you details that maybe you haven't noticed before. But we'll be interested to see what maybe new shows are coming, since they say that there's going to be 3 new shows this year. And it does look like they're bringing back the From the Heart show from last year. So if you didn't get to see that last year, that's definitely a performance not to miss. Next up, beginning April 18th through June 8th, they're going to have the Flower and Food Festival coming back. This is a great time to come. We particularly love coming in May. As the saying goes, April showers bring May flowers. So it tends to be a little bit rainier during that March-April time, but starting in May, it really starts to warm up a little bit. It's not as rainy. The flowers have really come into full bloom, and I think that's probably the best time to come for the Flower and Food Festival. It looks like coming new for this season, they're going to be having some new spring culinary creations. So they do every year. They definitely have that tasting pass, and we do enjoy getting it during the springtime because it is the Flower and Food Festival. They usually have some pretty good options available for that. So we'll be excited to see what flavors they've got coming this year. It looks like they're saying that there's going to be a honey garlic chicken skillet, the honey and peach barbecue sandwich is coming. The Grove cookie dough, that sounds like that would be good. I really like cookie dough. So we will have to get one of those tasting passes and try some of their different new foods that they've got coming. And following the spring event, we have the Smoky Mountain Summer Celebration beginning June 14th through August 3rd. So during this time, this is probably their longest event. You can enjoy all those fun summer activities. They've got the bubble show, they've got bubble pits, they've got yard games set up throughout the park, different road trip markers like the world's largest can of beans and things like that throughout the park. Just lots of fun summer activities going on. It looks like celebrating the 40th anniversary of Dollywood, they're going to be doing a new drone and fireworks show. So we will see, but in the past when we have seen their drone shows, they're pretty good shows. Like, it's very neat to see all the drones working together to make the different pictures in the sky. kind of in conjunction with the fireworks going on. So we're hopeful that that will be a pretty fun show to catch. So we'll definitely have to see that during the summer. It looks like the Gazillion Bubble show is coming back, and that's always a lot of fun for especially kids. They just, love bubbles. So definitely recommend catching that. And of course, there is a tasting pass for the summer as well. And they usually have a lot of good, like, summery foods, barbecue, things like that. So that will definitely be something to catch. So following the summer, there is going to be the Harvest Festival. So that is probably our favorite time to visit Dollywood, is during the Harvest Festival. It's really like family-friendly, fun Halloween fall activity. It focuses less on the scary, spooky side, and just really, obviously, like, seems like hundreds of thousands of pumpkins around the park, different carved jack-o'-lanterns, and just a lot of family-friendly fall fun activities. So we definitely recommend visiting during the fall. And when you go around the park, you almost have to go around at least twice, once during the day and once in the evening, because the decorations look great during the day and the daylight, but then once it gets dark and the pumpkins' lights really start to shine out, that is a great time to be able to see the jack-o'-lanterns kind of in their full light. So it looks like for the fall, they are saying that the country fair is going to be transformed into candy corn country. So that is new this year. Sounds like they're going to have some new decorations out in the country fair area. So that will be interesting to see. Last year, or the last few years that we've gone, they've had the pumpkin town area up by the train station. So I'm thinking maybe that'll be something themed similar, like how that is themed in one way. It sounds like the country fair area is going to be themed using candy corn in some way. So I'm interested to see what that is going to look like. And of course, they do have the tasting pass for this as well, and that is a great time to get the tasting pass because they usually have a lot of tasty fall flavors. And I love pumpkin things, like flavored things, so I just recommend getting it during that time too. Next up, after the Harvest Festival, you're going to have Smoky Mountain Christmas beginning November 1st and running through January 4th. So this is another great time to visit. It's no longer hot. It's now kind of cool in the evening especially. All of the lights come out. They've got tons of Christmas trees everywhere. And they really focus in on a lot of the shows and music for Christmas. They've got Oh Holy Night. They've got carolers at the chapel in the park. They've got Was the Night Before Christmas show, and like 5 or 6 other shows that go on. So it's just a ton of entertainment, so you don't have to worry about being too cold to ride the rides because there's plenty else to do. Plus a lot of holiday food comes out during this time. You've got like a whole holiday meal stacker tasting thing that you can get on the tasting pass usually. So I always like to get at least 1 or 2 tasting passes during these visits when we go in the winter. And it looks like this year they've said that the country fair is going to become Peppermint Valley, so that's new. It was not decorated like that last year, so we'll see what that ends up looking like this year. It sounds like for both fall and Christmas, the country fair area is going to be a place to visit to see what new decorations they've come out with. And of course, you can go and meet Santa. So Santa will be returning to Dollywood in his cabin in the mountains to check over his list. So that's not to be missed either. So that pretty much covers the events here at Dollywood that are coming for 2025. We do know we're going to be keeping our ears opened throughout the beginning of this year because I think there's going to be a couple more announcements coming this year. With it being the 40th anniversary, it sounds like they'll probably have some new shows going on or a new show, and it sounds like a new restaurant coming soon, probably opening in 2025, where they were doing construction kind of up on the pathway heading towards Wildwood Grove. There is a construction area, and that's planning to be a new restaurant in that area. So we'll keep our ears open, see what they announce, what's coming for this year. There's definitely more news to be given out, so we'll keep y'all updated. We can't wait to get back into the park and start showing you guys what all they're offering this year. So stay tuned. Make sure to hit subscribe and hit the notification bell so you don't miss our updates. And thanks for watching. We'll catch you next time.